Who Said Rock is Dead? This is the Mosh Pit Podcast with your hosts, Wes and Ashleigh, showcasing the best in unsigned and indie new alt rock.
Welcome to the Mosh Pit, everybody. I'm your co-host, Ashleigh.
I'm not loud enough, but I'm Wes.
Well, there you go. And today, for you guys, we have, I guess, what would consider a hot take or a controversial take, just depending person to person. We're going to talk about no-skip albums.
We're gonna bring it down to no skip album. Sorry, I'm messing with the audio here, so deal with it. I don't know what to tell you.
It's our podcast. You deal with it. You're the one who's listening.
All right. Plus, in post, you're not even gonna notice it because the editing master is here.
Wes does all the editing. I just sit here and look pretty.
She does pretty good about that.
Yay!
So, Do you want to start it off, or you want me to start it off with the no skip album?
I guess we'll go, because you said we're doing what, top 5?
I think top 5 would be good.
All right, you hit me with your first one, and then we'll talk about, like, why for each album.
Okay. Should we do one of like each genre?
Do you want to? Because
doesn't
mine
matter.
kind of fall kind of in line with a few here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a wild card there for you. So.
Okay. Well, I'll throw one out first. Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
Yes.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm a Beastie fan. I always have been. I think they're 3 of the coolest guys when they were not the coolest guys. I mean, massive dorks, nerds, whatever you want to call them, but just total humanitarians and super good dudes.
Yeah.
Which, again, License to Ill was probably one of the best. I actually have it on vinyl. I found it one day and I was like, yep, buying it.
That's fucking awesome.
Because I ran it. I've run it in the ground on cassette tape, CD, MP3, of course, and now vinyl. But here's the thing. It doesn't work as well on MP3.
Really?
Because they did a thing which was really different when they were doing it, and that's where when you record it, you just record it straight. You don't leave that gap in between the songs.
Right.
So all of them flowed into each other. We were listening to it on cassette in my dad's truck when I was working with him one time, and he's like, "Is this just like one long ass song?" I was like, "Yep, basically."
You know, I think that I want to say that there's a Lil Wayne album that's just like that as well. I think it's the one from like 2007 or it's the one that he put out right before he went to prison for like that really long stint.
Yeah.
I want to say that's the one Lil Wayne album. I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan, but I think that that's like a random fact that I know. Don't somebody fact check me in the comments.
Someone's like, "No, actually, it was."
Okay, whatever. I agree with you for the Beastie Boys being a good one. I'm going to start off right at the top with Greta Van Fleet's Battle at Garden's Gate. That is a no-skip album for me. I do also, I have it on vinyl. I have it on 2 vinyls, actually. So the original release, and then I have the one that they did when they did all the fun colors of them. So that's really cool. It was different for them. It was very cinematic. And I said this, I think on episode 1 of the podcast, that don't get me wrong, Greta is great, but I'm not a fan of the current album cycle. And I guess it's just because I fell in love with Battle at the Garden's Gate. So it's just good, man.
That one was. I mean, it was.
Yeah. All right. So you tell me what you've got next up your sleeve for a no skip album after the Beastie Boys.
You know, I was gonna list Sir Mix-a-Lot's 92 album.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna drop that one because side A was great. Now if we're doing that one, we'll do side A, and I'll absolutely tell you that Mac Daddy was it for side A. But let's move along.
Oh man.
Rise Against Endgame
Ooh.
from like 11 ish.
I want to say that it was. Yeah.
You talk about a no skip album. That was just, I mean, every song on it, and it all had a message. And yeah, I'm gonna go with that one for my number 2 or number 4, depending on if we're doing top 10.
Yeah, if we're gonna list like top 10, then so Jesse Cash, the guitarist, one of the guitarists for Era, his side project is called Ghost Atlas, and
I love them.
The Dust of the Human Shape, he actually released this year. For me, that is a no skip album. I ordered it on vinyl, so it should be. By the time this episode goes out, it'll be to me, but at this moment in time, I'm patiently waiting for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Jesse's a super talented artist all the way around. I mean, he writes for Era, him and JT and the rest of the guys as well. And, I mean, he's doing his own thing. Ghost Atlas, the Dust of the Human Space, took him years to write. And it's not like a normal length album, but it's awesome. And it's nice to hear another side of an artist that you only hear like the hardcore screamy, like this is really hardcore breakdowns, like really intricate guitar parts. Because I feel like that's what Jesse Cash is known for, the really intricate guitar parts. So, yeah, it's nice to hear a different side of an artist. I guess expand your repertoire, I suppose.
That's awesome. I love that. And plus, I mean, after this episode, I'm gonna go look up like half of these fucking bands and be like, ooh, what is this?
I mean, you know who Era is because I've sent it to you.
I know who they are, yeah.
But yeah, now you're gonna be going and looking up the rest of all this stuff. We're just gonna probably make a playlist on Spotify.
Definitely. Oh, we should start doing that. Just mosh pit playlists.
I'm down if you guys would like to hear one or both of us curate for every other week. I'd be down to do that.
That'd be kind of cool. Take one track from each of these no skip albums. That'd be bipolar as hell.
It would, but it would make sense in the end if you pay attention.
Yeah. I like that.
I'm down.
Vote in the comments. Let us know. Do you want to start curating your music for your drive home when there's no pit out?
Tell you what, we can do that for an Instagram poll. When this episode goes live, we'll launch a poll on our Instagram, and you guys can tell us.
Nice.
I love that. That means you guys have to go follow us on Instagram at the Mosh Pit.
And if you aren't already, what is wrong with you?
Rude.
Hey, look, if you guys start following us and you start like interacting, we could do more cool stuff. We could do behind the scenes. We could relaunch our Patreon, and y'all could see us down here in our beautiful glory.
Yeah, it would be awesome. You guys could see me in my Jack Skellington Sally socks, just sprawled out on the couch right now. It'd be great.
Just sprawled out on the couch. Yes. Nothing on but our headphones. It's great. Y'all are missing it by not subscribing.
Listen, you know what? You keep circling back around that, and eventually somebody's going to ask for it, and I'm going to have to smack someone.
Not me. Whoever asked for it. Y'all heard that. Don't shoot the messenger.
Listen, we can talk about some things when the Patreon comes back, but that's pushing your luck. You're pushing your luck, Scoob.
I mean, you could pose with the title belt and cover, like, the important stuff. Title belt and the guitars. I mean, look, we could even censor it where they won't know it's you. We have a gas mask. They'd have no clue it was you.
I don't know, man. My tattoos are pretty recognizable. We're going to get canceled for saying stuff like this, Wes.
Man never loved Birth by singularity, the Antichrist creation, artificial God for humanity. Another page of revelation tears away into the tribulation. Those that hear, those that see, can't pretend the artificial. Satan's war, no world order, marking the basic force by mechanization. Resist the fall, or submit and stall, and bow before the artificial God. Another page of revelation tears away into the tribulation. Those that hear, those that see, can't foretell the artificial. Satan's war, no world order, marking a basic force by mechanization. Resist the fall, or submit in soul, and bow before the artificial God.
We're going down with TikTok, y'all.
Oh God, you know what? And by the time this thing comes out, who knows where we'll be at?
Oh my God.
Because
I could have just dated this episode, and y'all are gonna be like, God, they recorded that like 9 months ago.
honestly, though, as a recording, we're recording at the end of April 2024. So, fun fact for you guys: we record in advance.
Absolutely. So when our topics are not exactly topical,
Just
Oh, well.
go with it, man. Squirrel.
listen, do you realize how hard it would be? Somebody actually brought this up to me a while back, and they're like, you ought to do daily podcasts. I was like, who has time? I barely have time for
Dude.
weekly podcasts.
Dude, I have 2 jobs. What?
I have one job that may as well be 2, because
Jeez. I mean,
I guess by the time this is released, before release, I'm preparing to go to Louisiana. Post-release, I'm probably back by now.
yeah. And post-release, I'm probably, knee-deep into my new job, so...
Yeah. So, yeah. No, y'all are going to get these every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, unless you guys want to start paying my bills. If so, then we can talk. Again, let's talk about the Patreon. You guys have to follow us on Instagram for us to go for that. So, just cough, cough, hint, hint, wink, wink, shove, shove.
Yeah, because we might do something cool. We might do something interesting. We might even bring in some local bands and play in the back here and just do surprise pop-up concerts.
Come on, how fucking awesome would that be? But I feel like we're getting off topic. Wasn't it your turn to name another non-skip album?
Yeah, I was prolonging it because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to list this one, but you know what? I will.
Are we going to get canceled for this one, or is it just controversial take?
Yeah, it's neither one. It's just, it's going to show off my classic rock era music. And,
Oh boy, here we go.
Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, actually.
Really?
Honestly, it's a toss-up between Bat Out of Hell 1 and Bat Out of Hell 2.
Huh.
No fucking skips, but you could say that with any Meatloaf album.
Okay.
I'm a huge Meat guy.
There's a joke in there, but I'll let it slide.
We're gonna ignore that.
Yeah, we're just gonna circle back around.
But no, Bat Out of Hell. The only thing that's kind of disappointing is Bat Out of Hell 2 is actually an instrumental. Bat Out of Hell 3 was not.
Yeah.
Which Bat Out of Hell 3 was good, but I gotta say the first one was definitely a no skip absolute. Every song was a banger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not really an album. It's an EP, and it's the new one from Icy Stars. By the time we release this, it's obviously been out for a good hot minute, but Icy Stars, Damage Done. It's the EP that's got Damage Done, Are We Even, Anomaly, and Drift. All 4 of those songs are just bangers. It's so good to see the band Icy Stars back together again. Because I was saying this earlier, Devin's vocals are just so unique. No one else can do what Devin can do. And it's so nice to see an artist like Icy Stars get the recognition that they so deserve after being gone for as long as they have been.
Right.
Yeah, so there's lots of EPs out there from little bands that, are fantastic, that don't get the love that they deserve.
True.
So, all right.
So that's your next one?
That is my next one. You tell me.
You're going to hate me. Again, another band that gets a lot of hate, which we already know, and we already know I'm a fan of because, well, I think they're good. I enjoy them. I enjoy their music. Yes, they've kind of had the same sound since This Is How You Remind Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to name Dad Rock enemy number 1, Nickelback.
But I'm going to focus on their best album, in my opinion, and it was the one right after Dark Horse, and it was Here and Now from 2011. 2011 had so many good albums.
What can I say? It was a good year for music.
It was, because honestly, I could take another album from that same year, and that was Black Stone Cherry with Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. That one was another just absolute
banger after banger after
yes.
banger after banger.
I can't listen.
Yeah.
My MP3 player back then got a lot of use.
I think all of our MP3 players got a whole lot of use back then. And if you're old enough to remember having to wrap your headphones around your iPod because the wires were dying to the point where you had to do that to get it to play without skipping a whole bunch. Yeah, that was freshman year of college for me, and it was a very interesting time. It was... Yeah. Okay, all right.
So wait a second. Let me ask you about this. What size was your first MP3 player? I'm not talking about the iPod. I'm talking about the MP3.
An MP3... So, my first MP3 player...
See right through me, always getting what you want.
was like a little one that was maybe no bigger than a thumb drive. And it like had the teeny little screen that was like red that had the black writing that would like scroll across it.
You had the one with a screen?
Yeah, the little mini one that had like it would scroll across it.
It was my third one before I got one with a fucking screen on it.
That was my very first one. And I had to save up for a month to go to the kiosk in the mall and buy it from the really sketchy dude.
Oh, God. I mean, it was probably, 256 meg?
Yeah, I think so. It was like super tiny.
When I was in college, I had the red MP3, no name brand. It was literally just called an MP3 player.
Yeah.
And it was the red one, and it was 128 megs. The guy next to me had the blue version, and it was half of that. It was the step down. He's like, yeah, I got like 6 songs on here.
If you guys are old enough to remember when we had to choose like the top however many songs we were going to put on our iPod or like on our MP3 player because we only had so much room. Because nowadays we have Apple Music and we have Spotify and we have all of
storage
and like, jeez, you guys, if you're not old enough, you don't know the struggle, and if you don't know the struggle, man, you're not old enough.
All right, so let me take y'all back. This is 2002, 2003-ish.
See, he's even losing me a little bit here.
Yeah, she's still a baby over here.
Pipe down.
So I had moved up to my third MP3 player, and it had a cool little arm strap, and I had the little thing. Yes, I was that guy.
I remember those.
I was that guy. And so it had it, and you literally, instead of like plugging it into your computer with a cord, it unsnapped from the player itself. So it was a USB drive, and you pulled it out, plugged it in, loaded it. I'm in Radio Shack in Cedartown, and they've got a flash drive that I had no clue what a flash drive was at this point in my life. I'm like, I bet you I could buy this 256, because this one's a 256 meg too, so I could buy this other one, and they'd be interswappable, and I could have 2. Guys, I'm toting around 2 flash drives here of music so I can plug in and listen. Okay, let me explain something to you. These are not compatible. These are not interchangeable. So I paid $30 for a 256 meg flash drive that I ended up tossing in a drawer and never touching again until I started college in like 2005. Like, I don't even, what the fuck is this?
Moral of the story is he fucked up.
Moral of the story, I'm fucking old, okay?
Look, okay, I remember I had the MP3 player, and then I had the iPod Nano, like the original iPod.
The little square one?
Mm-hmm. I didn't get the original iPod. I jumped from that MP3 player to a Nano. Because I went through like 2 of those because I couldn't afford an iPod, and my dad was just like, look, kiddo, absolutely not. You go through, you go through house keys like it's going out of style. Yep. So he's like, I'm not trusting you with it. So I eventually got one, and I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. 200 songs later, dude, I don't even know 200 songs.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Back in the day, and nowadays, I'm just out here like, I don't even know how many songs are in my Apple library, but I know I have access to everything ever recorded, ever.
And you still only listen to like 10?
Shh, don't call me out. Don't call me out. Look, they already know my obsession with a few bands. Don't call me out. I mean, I'm sure everybody's already calling me out in the comments section, but that's not the point.
Oh, God. No, here's the funnier part of this whole thing. So I didn't get into the iPad. I stayed away from the iPods. Anything Apple, like Apple can fuck right off. Unless you want to sponsor this episode.
Way to screw us. Apple, if you're listening, he didn't mean it.
Early, y'all got your shit together. I'm proud of you.
Good job. And then Steve Jobs died, and we all died with him.
Yep, pretty much. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna take this back to you and see if you remember this. When you turned your MP3 player off, it started over at the first song.
Yes.
So there was no saving your spot of where you were just like, oh, damn. Skip.
Right, okay. And then also, this was definitely after you.
Mm-hmm.
But there were these little things. There were like clips, like music clips, where you had like the one little player, right?
You're talking about the little square?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it only played a portion of the song with like the little chips in it.
Yeah.
So when I was in 5th grade, I had that, and I had a ginormous library of those things, and I thought I was so fucking cool. And Krista is the one who stole it on the bus. Krista, if you're listening, fuck you for stealing my music in 5th grade on the bus, you bitch.
Oh, man. Technology has come so far.
So far. Leaps, bounds, and miles, and yet somehow we still can't get it together.
Yeah, because here's the thing. With my current cell phone right now, I used to be able to plug it into my computer, drag and drop all my stuff.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
What happened to drag and drop?
You can't do that. Not with the new, even Android smartphones. You can't do it. And it sucks because I have to download a whole nother app to scan and be on the same Wi-Fi to transfer. Yeah, it sucks. Or I can do it the old school way, turn the phone off, take my little SD card out, plug it into the computer. No, I ain't doing all that.
That just sounds like a whole lot of effort for not a whole lot of gain.
Yeah, and you talk about when I download a couple of new albums that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to enjoy these, and every song on it sucks.
Fuck! I just wasted that much time for this bullshit. Well, there's 30 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, that's why I keep all my albums from 2011 on my phone.
Yeah, you know, the ones that we keep on rotation. Just me and my bad omens.
Some man take his last breath, younger than he ought to be. Everyone else seemed to forget, but it burned in my mind like a shot of whiskey. Saw my chance and I drove out west, cause I didn't fit in anymore. Pulled the lead from the bullet in my chest, but I never looked back when I shut that door. On and on and on and on, you gotta push to the fire. On and on and on and on, makes me feel like I'm an unhinged savage, driving through the damage, see things that will leave you blind. Got my demons in a casket, I'm the last one standing, no fear left for me to hide, cause I've seen the world through wild eyes, through wild eyes. I got my therapist in a paper bag, yeah, he goes by the name of Jack. You see that you never have, well, God can't judge for that. Never been killed by kindness, that's why I'm still alive. I ain't blessed, your respect, guns in my chest till the day I die. On and on and on and on, makes me feel like I'm an unhinged savage, driving through the damage, see things that will leave you blind. Got my demons in a casket, I'm the last one standing, no fear left for me to hide. Eyes wide open when I fall asleep, ain't no rest for lonely ones like me. No, you don't know what it does to me. I got thick skin, babe, but I still bleed. I'm an unhinged savage, driving through the damage, see things that will leave you blind. Got my demons in a casket,
Look, just because I make fun of him doesn't mean that he's not a good artist. I like Bad Omens. I'm
There
just
you
going to
go.
continue to poke fun at Noah Sebastian because the only reason he's famous at the moment is because he's pretty. I'm just kidding. Noah, you're very talented.
Listen, we already had to release a statement of apology on the last episode. I don't actually think I aired, but hey, whatever.
Look, I'm going to make fun of him just because he's pretty, and I know he can handle the fact that it's gentle bullying, and he knows I'm not serious.
And the bigger part of the picture, I really doubt the Mosh Pit podcast has come across his playlist. He's probably way too busy doing stuff.
Doing whatever it is that, artist of the year, album of the year, all that shit. I mean, by the time we air this, it will have been old news, but at this point, they just went fucking platinum with Just Pretend. So, I mean, good for you.
Proud of you guys.
And also for a number 4, I mean, it's down there in the top 10, but it is still in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
The Death of Peace of Mind is in the no skips for me, as well as Finding God Before God Finds Me. Just, they're no skips. The songs are just good.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about the Death of Peace of Mind is each song gives a different vibe. And I feel like that's why I like the Death of Peace of Mind so much. Is because you get a different vibe with each song on the album. So, and it shows the vastness of the vocal capabilities of Noah and Jolly. So
Nice.
it's a pretty good one. And like I said, I think a few episodes ago, I mean, Noah and Jolly self-produced Finding God Before God Finds Me.
That's killer.
They had Big Daddy record label behind them, but still self-production is kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I think that may be one of our future topics coming up too, talking about how there was that shift from bands moving away from labels, and it seems that that trend has reversed again of bands going back to labels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which, kudos.
We'll circle back around, but there you go. That's where I'm at. I think I have one more that I can add there at the end, but I want to pick your brain for the very last one on your list.
Very last one. I'm going to have to go with 2018. We're going to fast forward a few years. Mm-hmm. But Shine Down, Attention, was an absolute banger of an album. And honestly, their latest one, Planet Zero. Uh-huh. But I feel like Planet Zero drops a couple of points because Planet Zero, even though it was the first release off that album, it was probably the weakest song on that album.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the album, once you hear the rest of it, you're like, oh, damn, why'd they release that and not, which at this point they have released a couple of other ones. Mm-hmm. But I could have said Godsmack's not their last album, but the album before.
Yeah, I agree.
Amanda, I don't think it left her CD player in her old car for like a year after I burned it for her.
Hell yeah. And I mean, circling back around to old ones, I'm going to tack on my very last one that I have. Mm-hmm. So, Avenged Sevenfold, the self-titled album, Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
That has Scream, critical acclaim. Mm-hmm. Every single song on that album defined my junior year of high school.
That's awesome.
Junior and senior year of high school was defined by the Avenged Sevenfold album. And then, I mean, obviously the Rev had passed by this point. And then they did Nightmare. Don't get me wrong, Nightmare was a good album, but my favorite from Avenged Sevenfold is the self-titled album, Avenged Sevenfold. It's nice. A good one. Yeah. I actually have that one on vinyl as well. And I think when I got that CD, I think I ran through 2 of them. I want to say I ran through 2 of them.
Running through all these albums are going to get a lot more expensive if we start doing this shit on vinyl again. Or the needles, at least.
Honestly, I mean, you know what? Bring it back, because there's something about just putting a vinyl down and putting the needle down on the record and like just hearing the crackling on the. I like it. It's one of those like ASMR things that like just scratches the itch you didn't know you needed scratched.
Yes.
It just sounds good.
Are you a Volbeat fan?
I like Volbeat, yeah.
Outlaws and Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies?
Uh,
It's a few releases ago.
yeah, I picked up Volbeat sometime in 2010 or 11, I want to say.
That would have been about that time, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Because this was when 96.1 The Rock was still a thing, and they put on a show. And I think Volbeat played the
Yes.
show at, it was either at Lakewood or Verizon Wireless. I can't remember. So, oh, by the way, I would like to correct myself talking about Warped Tour. It was at the Lakewood Amphitheater, not at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater. Thank you very much.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah, they're on two different sides of Atlanta.
I know, right?
Sorry.
Dude, we gave a tour to one of the bands out of Tennessee which one was it? I think it was Lakewood. It was closed, but we were able to get in the parking lot and like see from a distance.
Yeah,
And it was really cool. She's fucking killing it right now. Just
we love that.
phenomenal. Might play her on this episode. I don't think we've played her recently.
Well, there you go. It'll
We
be.
may or may not.
We shall see.
Yeah, stick around.
You guys will have to see. You'll have to listen to the end to find out.
Yes. But you know what sucks? We can't play any of the music that we just talked about. I mean, technically I could because I'm under that umbrella, but I don't want to rock the boat if we're trying to get sponsors like from Apple.
Look, the only way we'd rock the boat is if I continue to make fun of Noah. That being said, I am officially done making fun of Noah Sebastian from Bad Omens.
4 episodes in's all it took.
I mean, I haven't.
Technically 5 because we just finished an interview that'll be out before this episode.
Well, I mean, that's it. I'm done. It only took 5 episodes. I'm done poking fun at him.
Well, with that, we are going to wrap this up. And do you want to do the outro and plug where you can find this wonderful, amazing podcast that you were a part of?
Thank you guys for listening to the Mosh Pit. You guys can find us on Podbean, Spotify, and all platforms where you stream. We'll see you guys next time.
Deuces. Do people still say deuces?
I don't think so, but like, it was cute.
Who you are, it's all that matters.